Question number 6, Sarah Dowie.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Tertiary Education, Skills and Employment. What progress is being made on recovering student loan debt from overseas-based borrowers?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr Speaker, good progress. As part of the ongoing overseas-based borrower compliance campaign, last week the first data match under the information sharing agreement with the Australian Tax Office was made, locating contact information for around 10,400 student loan borrowers living in Australia. With more than 90% of loans in default held by borrowers living overseas, and a significant majority of those believed to be in Australia, this tool will be a huge boost to enable Inland Revenue to get in touch with borrowers who have been hard to track down and those who are deliberately avoiding their obligations.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Sarah Dowie.
To the Minister, what results is the compliance campaign delivering?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr Speaker, the campaign has achieved good results over the last year, including a 32% increase in repayments from defaulting borrowers and an additional $100 million being collected in the year, with collection overall through the campaign passing $300 million since it began. I expect that this initial information sharing agreement will see a further improvement in that figure over the next year. What's more pleasing is that Inland Revenue is reporting a turnaround in attitudes amongst overseas-based borrowers who have previously been reluctant to engage with the department. It seems to now be getting through that if you leave the country for a few years, you can't leave your student loan behind and hope it goes away.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Sarah Dowie.
Why is the government encouraging overseas-based borrowers to meet their obligations?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr Speaker, overseas-based borrowers are just 15.2% of student loan borrowers, but they represent more than 91% of the total amount of debt in default. So if those that stay in New Zealand can pay, it's important that those overseas also meet their obligations to taxpayers who have supported their study and allow the same level of support to be available for the next generation of students. It's important for borrowers to know that being overseas doesn't mean the loan goes away, and they're encouraged to get in touch and get on top of their loans. And to assist in this, we've made it easier for borrowers to contact Inland Revenue and easier for them to make payments from overseas.
Question number 6.